What it do, YouTube world? It's your boy Darren. I'm back again at it with another reaction for y'all. This one, I got some Marvel news for y'all. I got a two-parter video on this one. It's gonna be all in one, but it's gonna be two separate videos put into one. I got the first one. They're basically recasting T'Challa in Black Panther now. So Marvel finally decided to do that, but we're gonna go ahead and watch Everything Always talk about this because I just saw this right now, and then after we watch that one, then I have Comic Book Cast. He actually did a video releasing the entire cast of Doomsday, which Avengers are going to be in Doomsday and everything. So let's go ahead and check these videos out because y'all know I'm a big Marvel fan and I'm ready for these movies. For Secret Wars and Doomsday, I'm ready to see some good Avengers movies. We've been lacking it, so let's go ahead and hopefully we get some good info and get to check this out. So let's get into it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, this story broke super late last night, actually, as I was laying down to go to sleep, and coming from an industry insider who's not only been rather ubiquitous as of late, but has actually started to earn a track record as a proven source in the Marvel scoop game. And according to them, Marvel is now, as he puts it, on the hunt for their new T'Challa. We're going to break down this article in full because there's a lot of details included in here. He even goes as far as to say that Marvel Studios already offered the role to at least one actor who turned it down this past fall. We're going to read through the article in full, go over all the new details.
Now, which actor y'all think that is? I don't even know who they would actually get to play T'Challa. That's different. So, and they turned it down. I don't know why they turned it down, but maybe it was probably too much for them. But hopefully they tell us, and we know who it is. So hopefully.
Details. According to industry insider Jeff Snyder, apparently Marvel Studios is now looking to recast T'Challa for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Quick reminder though, to hit that subscribe button, guys. To everyone who subbed in the last 2 or 3 months, thank you so much. The channel is growing at a breakneck pace again. If you haven't already, if you've been rocking with the channel for a while, if you enjoy this type of content or want to
y'all make sure to go subscribe to his channel also. It's Everything Always. Good dude. I watch a lot of his content all the time. That's how I get a lot of my Marvel news and everything. If I don't find it on the internet, I always know that they come through on the clutch when it comes to Marvel news. So y'all watch his stuff. Make sure y'all watch his stuff. And make sure y'all subscribe to my stuff. I see y'all watching me. Subscribe, please.
Support the channel. The best way to do it is to subscribe. It'll automatically enter you for the giveaways, and of course it'll keep you up to date with everything that's coming down the road for all the updates for Avengers 5. Okay, so again, this broke late last night from industry insider Jeff Snyder. This is the same guy who nailed Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom months before it was officially announced by Marvel. He released an editorial late last night under the headline, "Hot Rumor, 5 years after Chadwick Boseman's death, Marvel is looking to recast Black Panther hero T'Challa."
And it's been that long? 5 years? Man, it didn't seem like 5 years. That's crazy. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
He goes on to write, quote, "When Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman died of cancer on August 28th, 2020, it felt like time stopped in its tracks. In the past 10 years, I can't recall a celebrity death that rocked the world like Boseman's passing did. It was an absolute tragedy. Rather than recast his signature role as T'Challa in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Marvel wisely laid the character to rest and passed the mantle on to his sister Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. While Black Panther grossed $1.35 billion worldwide and was a bona fide cultural phenomenon, its 2022 sequel Black Panther Wakanda Forever took in just $859 million worldwide. That's a difference of nearly $500 million, and Wright didn't exactly endear herself to the studio during production. My point is that Marvel's reshuffling the deck in advance of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and Robert Downey Jr. coming back not as Iron Man, but as Dr. Doom. I'm told that the door is firmly open for T'Challa to be recast via the magic of the multiverse. And look, we all saw the foreshadowing at the end of Wakanda Forever. When we're introduced to T'Challa's son, we assumed he would grow up and take the mantle from Shuri, but we all suspected that sort of was in the shakeup after the multiverse saga had concluded.
And that's one thing that I thought would have been a little crazy to do, is have T'Challa's son take over, because they would have to age him up so fast. And I don't know how they would be able to age him up that fast in order for him to be in Doomsday and all that stuff, which they would have to have Shuri's character in Doomsday instead of him. So maybe this might be a multiverse Black Panther that comes from a different universe or something like that. Maybe. Let's see what he continues to keep talking about.
This is where the article gets even more interesting and he ups the ante. He goes on to write, quote, "In fact, I heard that an actor was actually offered the role this past fall, a couple of months after Downey's big reveal at Comic-Con, but they turned it down, not wanting to jeopardize their career momentum by stepping into Boseman's gigantic shoes, which may be too big to fill even for Hollywood's most talented actors. But rest assured, someone will be willing to say yes and pay tribute to Boseman with their performance." He then goes on to clarify, and this is a super important paragraph, quote, "Now, it's unclear whether T'Challa will appear in Avengers Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars, but I think it's fair to assume that whoever is cast as the character will reprise that role in Black Panther 3, which has been discussed by everyone from Ryan Coogler to Denzel Washington. I think it's also fair to assume that it will be Coogler who helps Marvel boss Kevin Feige recast the role of T'Challa rather than, say, the Russo brothers who are directing the 2 Avengers sequels. I'm sure everything will be handled with the utmost care and in consultation with Boseman's family, but based on what I'm hearing from agency sources, Marvel is on the hunt for a new T'Challa." And of course, a representative from Marvel did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Okay, so there's quite a bit to unpack here, and I want to read between the lines just a little bit. If they're currently trying to actively cast for T'Challa, as he put it, it's probably for Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars, because Ryan Coogler is just now starting to write Black Panther 3. There wouldn't be a rush to sort of recast him until they're ready to move forward with production and filming. The 2 movies in front of us are Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And so since those movies are coming down the pipeline in the next 2 and 3 years, and we're waiting till Black Panther releases somewhere in the Mutant Saga, it's most likely this casting is for those 2 films. Then you take it one step further, and if you have any familiarity at all with the 2015 Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars run, you'll know T'Challa Black Panther is the basic protagonist. He is the hero. Without giving it all away in this video, we should break it down in a separate video, but he's definitely...
Yeah, because that is true. And if you ever read the comic book of Secret Wars, Black Panther plays a pivotal role in Secret Wars. He's one of the top main characters. And for them to go into these movies and not have him would be crazy. So them recasting right now, I'm pretty sure it's recasting for Secret Wars and Doomsday. He might not be in Doomsday, but Secret Wars, he might comes back as like a variant version of T'Challa from a different universe. Maybe that universe died and he got teleported over into our universe or to, you know, Battlegrounds or Battle World or whatever you call it. You know, maybe that's what it is. And then he comes to the main 616 universe and becomes the Black Panther, becomes a leader. So maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know.
The main agitator at the end. This is the story where he wears the Infinity Gauntlet and defeats Doctor Doom, among other things. So there might have always been a plan for Chadwick Boseman to carry that mantle, so to speak, all the way through and be that character for Marvel in Phase 4, 5, and 6 in lieu of not having a Tony Stark or a Steve Rogers. Obviously, that all changed with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, and so they had to pivot and maybe really didn't ever have a plan for another character to put that weight on. So hearing they may recast it at this moment, after respectfully having waited as long as they did to do this, I think actually makes a lot of sense because you honor the character in having him fulfill the role that he was meant to play in Avengers Secret Wars. And look, there may be some people who feel some sort of way about Marvel recasting him, but if you've been reading comments from the community on channels like mine in our little corner of YouTube since Chadwick Boseman's passing, there are many more fans who are in favor of them recasting the character in order to keep T'Challa in the MCU and honor him. They want him to be a part of things, and I think there was a respect factor that Marvel Studios was going for that they definitely achieved, but by all means, it is time to bring T'Challa back.
Yeah, I wanted them to recast T'Challa, but like I said back then, it would have been too fast to do it because he had just died right before they started filming the second Black Panther movie, and it would have been crazy to just recast somebody right then and there. So I feel what Marvel did to pay their tribute to him. But like I said, after they paid their tribute, and it's been a couple years now, it's time to recast him because he's gonna play a big role. So I believe it's time to recast him.
And that's what they set up at the end of Wakanda Forever by introducing T'Challa's son. So there is definitely already the canon in place to do this. And while we assumed it might be after the multiverse saga that we get the recast, why not just go ahead and cast that actor now? And as he puts it, probably with the help and main directive of Ryan Coogler, who will be directing that character in Black Panther 3. Now, the one point I think is maybe the most important is the fact that he says that an actor already got this offer and turned it down. And look, I don't know what sources Jeff Snyder has at these agencies that would actually have insight as to why that actor turned it down. But from a bird's eye view and just basically knowing the situation, it's pretty easy to speculate. There are tons of reasons already why actors in Hollywood might not want to join the MCU. One of them is the connotations surrounding superhero movies. The other is that the contract lengths are prohibitive, where they get locked in for 5 or 6 years, 4 or 5 films, in some cases a decade, where they just have to be on call for when Marvel Studios finally tells them, hey, clear your calendar for the next 6 to 12 months. And that simply doesn't work for some actors that are in different stages of their career who are looking to do different things, not just join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But then you add on the added complication that this is for a character that's already been played in the MCU by Chadwick Boseman, who was beloved by fans and tragically passed away, and that might just be too complicated for actors who don't want those comparisons right off the bat, don't want to risk it, say, be the next T'Challa, and fans don't like them as much as Chadwick Boseman. But my take on this is that it won't be. He's not being recast as our T'Challa. It's not the T'Challa that we saw pass away in the MCU recast as someone else. It's going to be his son that they introduced. So I think there'll actually be an affinity for that character. And of course, they could pluck a multiversal variant that's a T'Challa from another timeline, but then it wouldn't be a recast of Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther either. It would just be a multiversal variant. So I think whatever sort of pretense there might be, Marvel has definitely and respectfully waited long enough. The recast is beyond time now. I think, in my opinion, you may disagree. Let me know in the comments.
Okay, so maybe they're not gonna make him a variant. They're gonna recast and, age his son up, I'm guessing, make him like a teenager, or older teenager, or something like that. Coming into the Black Panther mantle, basically trained by Shuri, basically, and becoming the Black Panther. So that's pretty cool too. I like that idea also.
I think they should recast T'Challa. I think he should be a part of Avengers Secret Wars in the role he was meant to play. And I think ultimately that's what's best for the MCU when we have a Black Panther in it. You guys let me know, though, on a short list of actors that you could see in a new role as Black Panther, who do you think should be the MCU's new T'Challa? I am all ears, as always. Quickly with the giveaway stuff, still giving away PlayStations. Just be a sub and leave a comment because it's random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. Find me on all platforms with original music under the name All Fires. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Y'all make sure to go check your boy out. Everything always. If you're big into Marvel stuff like I am, and like the news and everything about Marvel, go check him out, because he always on top of stuff all the time. And like I said, if you check him out, check me out also. Plugging in both. So that's good.
And just like that, the entire main cast.
And this is the second part of the video that I was talking about. This is comic book cast. This one, the entire Doomsday cast has been confirmed. So we're gonna see everybody that's gonna be in Doomsday so far. This is gonna be different from Secret Wars. So the Avengers that you see in Doomsday are gonna be completely different from the Avengers that you see in Secret Wars, because Secret Wars is gonna be having a blending of characters, variants and stuff like that. So, and X-Men too. So if y'all think y'all wasn't gonna see X-Men right now, y'all gonna see them in Secret Wars. Y'all might not see them in Doomsday, but you're gonna see them in Secret Wars.
For Avengers Doomsday has been revealed. Now, if you're looking for surprise cameos or roles like that, you're not going to see them here, as they would not be listed on entire production slates because they're not needed for a majority of the production. So let's talk about the official, or I guess as official as it gets, production slate that lists our entire main cast.
Make sure y'all go subscribe to him right there on the screen. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. He's good with anything comic book related. He's always on top of it too.
So as always, take this with a grain of salt. I just got to say that till we get an official press release from Marvel. You guys know how this works. But thanks to listings with production companies and Production Weekly, we now know what seems to be the main cast and, you know, obviously the directors and everything, which we've known before. So first and foremost, mid to late March, once again, is when production is set to start in the UK, which I've already covered. Produced by Kevin Feige, Lois D'Esposito, and written by Stephen McFeely. Directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, and the LP being Colin McDougall. Okay, now that we're done that, let's get into the cast, which is what you guys want to know about. So first and foremost, these are listed in what I assume is, well, obviously, like seniority. The most important, the most well-paid, and the one that's going to get top billing to the least. So not surprising at all, we have Robert Downey Jr., aka Iron Man, aka
Of course, Robert Downey Jr.
Doom. Like, the film is named after him, so yeah, Dr. Doom. Second up is Pedro Pascal, obviously Mr. Fantastic himself, along with Vanessa Kirby, Joseph, and Ebon Moss.
Of course, Fantastic Four is going to play a big
the
part.
Fantastic Four are all in this, which again makes sense. If you guys remember, this was confirmed on the stage at D23 officially, but also at San Diego Comic-Con. So they've confirmed this multiple times, not really surprising at all. Next up is Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
This, again, makes 100% crystal clear sense, with also Elizabeth Olsen being next. Again, this makes sense. There's been some debate whether or not she's getting top billing or not. But again, I think you look at all these top names.
Scarlet Witch is a big part.
So far, they're all the main cast, right? Following Elizabeth Olsen is Sebastian Stan. Yeah, that makes sense. And Florence Pugh. Yeah, this also makes sense. Then Wyatt Russell and David Harbour. This makes sense.
Okay, so the Thunderbolts is going to be... The Thunderbolts is basically... They just confirmed that the Thunderbolts are basically going to be part of the Avengers cast. So that asterisk that y'all see basically is them, the Avengers. They're either going to be the Dark Avengers or the Avengers, and they're going to be in Doomsday. And I don't know if all of the Thunderbolts are going to be in there because they only released 4 of them. So I don't know if any of the rest of them die or they're going to be in there. So that's all I know is the main 4.
The actress who plays Ghost, Hannah, and the actress who plays Taskmaster, Olga. Again, they make sense. We've heard that the entire Thunderbolts lineup will be in this. Now, does this mean that none of them die in Thunderbolts? Maybe, maybe not. This could just be a placeholder. There could be a flashback scene. We don't really know. After that, we got Chris Evans, which, yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, he's in it. Followed by Anthony Mackie, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Haley Atwell. So this is pretty big, you know, it's a pretty big main cast. Now, there's obviously a lot of names missing, specifically names that were confirmed by insiders and scoopers. Now, whether or not that means anything, again, we're going to talk about that as we get closer to the release of the film and that official announcement. But for right now, all around, I think this is a pretty good cast. This is a massive ensemble for Avengers Doomsday. And naturally, I think a lot of cameos are probably not listed in this, so when Wong appears, or maybe even Shang-Chi, maybe they're just, you know, smaller roles. They're more of cameos, so that's why they're not listed here.
Yeah, I know. I thought Shang-Chi was supposed to be a big deal in this.
Of the shoot. And also, who knows how they're handling maybe the idea of stand-in actors and things like that. So, we'll see. But This is a pretty decent sized cast. Well, everybody, thank you for watching that video. And as always, you can like, subscribe, share, do whatever you will. Check out the recommended video that's popped up somewhere on the screen. And also, if you would like additional content, including more discussions and more unfiltered content, check out what we offer to the members section, which has new videos going up all the time.
That's a good lineup. I mean, you got the Thunderbolts, you got Scarlet Witch, you got Chris Evans, the Fantastic Four, and Doctor Strange. Shoot, that's a that's a good lineup. Tom Holland. Man, that's a good lineup of stars for the movie. Because I said, like they said, this Doomsday movie is going to be completely different from Secret Wars. You're going to see a relatively smaller Avengers group, and they basically going to get their asses whipped by Doctor Doom. And you already know, if you know from Secret Wars, he ends up creating Battle World, and that's where Secret Wars comes in about, and that's when you're going to see a shit ton of characters when Secret Wars come about. So you're gonna see a whole bunch of characters, and just get ready, because if they do this right, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna blow Infinity War and Endgame out of the water if it's done right. And but y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm excited for this. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help your boy out on the YouTube algorithm. I'm going to keep saying it. Help your boy out, please. And till next time, peace out. Y'all have a good day.